Hog Allen Fieldhouse, the home of their beloved Kansas Jayhawks.
Yeah, to see how they get this thing going early. Tiller's been one of those guys the last couple of weeks has really found his way sharing the basketball. I think you got to also, if you're good self, live with some of those questionable shots from Peterson. One, because he's so talented, but also because you got to allow greatness to be this Utah team. And even though this is Alex Jensen's first year, you kind of still need some players who want to lay the lane a little bit, even for a coach. Great drive there.
Yeah, 0 of 16.
Yeah, 0 points, 4 turnovers in that first half.
Nice job on the lob, and they'll run a lot of those alley-oops during the course of the afternoon. They're going to live and die with the 3 ball.
Aggressive from behind that 3-point arc, but you also have to remember Kansas leads the Big 12 in guarding that line, and they're top 15 nationally.
Count it, and a foul. Constant motion. They get wide open looks, generally speaking. Just a question of good pass, beautiful cut, and a great entry, too, from McHenry.
And when it's good, though. Like you talked about, he's still spry. Yeah. You know what you know. You can't coach any other way than what you've been doing.
He's dropped 35 pounds. A lot of times when you
has to be done if you're Utah. They're allowing just about 30 field goals a game, and you can't against a team like Kansas, and that's where you have to show some ownership.
Peterson has been silenced somewhat early. Always the focal point, and there, just as I mentioned it, that runner teardrop comes off the heel, and the Jayhawks hold the tide on this possession and do. How quick was that? I think the question was, you see Sanders under stress that time. Jayhawks picking up the D. Another alley-oop. Padunga. He does so.
And their ability to share the basketball. And when you have a guy like Padunga who can go get it, Brown and McHenry together, they put so much more pressure on every team they play against, but shot selection still has to be a priority.
Off the curl, he rattles it home again. Double deuce, Peterson.
He's already. He's well-traveled, but he's been there. He's been through some tough times, but
beautiful slam dunk, and the baseline was free.
He's getting down the floor and going.
That's a great spin move. Going to the left hand, too, by Keanu Dawes. And let's not forget, look, they got to show their blowout loss in the last outing. Dawes now has 10 in the game. Peterson plays the nylon song. And the lead back out.
Look at that D. Look at that D.
And it leads to this. You better hurry. Council will beat you to the ball in a heartbeat. From downtown, count it. Jaden Dawson from Omaha with love.
Find a teammate.
Like I said, they know where one another are. Beautiful drive to the basket by Traore.
Field goal percentage is almost 68%. And obviously those two are first in the league.
How about that? What's that also? Looking for those slips and those quick cuts with the offense spread out. That's a tough shot, but it does go down for Keanu Dawes. In the past, they got 8 of them today, and that's kept them in this game. Nice pass inside.
Too easy. The 6 turnovers may be something there.
And he's rejected here. Into McDowell. Started with the rejection by Tiller. And this is a danger.
And again, Tiller was out guarding Brown. They're not afraid to have him out there. We talked about it earlier. He's a big-time scorer.
Getting those shots to fall
in this building today, and they've taken care of that.
Alex says that we got to burn that tape.
Yeah. There he is.
That's Trey White doing what we've not seen the best of Peterson. They've done a pretty good job defending him. A little ISO for Council.
Too easy, and he understands he has a size advantage. He has to be more aggressive. Jayhawks shooting 56%, so that defense of the Utes is not great. I think Peterson needs to just be a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more deliberate.
Oh, by McHenry, how about that?
I think probably, I like that shot by Peterson. A lot of people say it's a bad shot. Oh, good look inside, big to big, and Bill Self wants to talk about it, but
he's upset.
Surprised they haven't taken more of those threes.
There's another one of those little
Killer.
bang, bang, bang.
Goodness.
And right to Bedinga place on his way to a double-double. And Bedinga now with 4 blocks. Great cut. There's Dawes again. I mean, on both ends of the floor, he's active. And this is as quiet as I believe I've ever heard it.
Yeah, I agree.
Inside this arena.
Oh, there you go.
That sparks up a little bit off that little alley-oop.
The really smart guards understand that. Got to move that basketball.
Wrap around. Oh, man. That was a
When you have more success, you want Bedinga to be a scorer. You want him to go finish. Like that.
Yeah, you think?
Yes. Hard to not get caught in between defense ball and you break out and you got a couple black jerseys behind you.
White off the bounce.
Good to see that go down for him. In the 40s from 3, Tim.
Yeah, he is late for him. You're right. He's not been shot today. On the dribble drive. Nice work by Kendall Sanders.
Sanders has done a nice job in his time, really effective.
Peterson held the 3 out of 9 from the floor. 1 of 4 from 3s. That's another rejection. Or are they going to count the hoop?
Yeah, it's the backboard
Performance that Utah has had all season long. So there's something to their effort, too, on the defensive end of the floor.
No question.
Great cut and a beautiful pass. Well done by Traore. He continues to drive because the 3 is not falling. Time once again for Trey White.
Melvin Council, let me tell you, he really is becoming the glue for this Kansas team.
Well, this may be one of those patented runs right here that we've been waiting on. Largest lead, they're up to offensively. Peterson, looping and knocked away. That's going to count the basket. That was actually a lot more
intentional. We talked about that earlier, just more aggressive. Maybe take a couple tough ones. I like this part of it.
There's a pilfer.
Yeah.
And a foul. And here they come.
Well, we talked about what some scouts see in him. It looks so easy at times. Look at that. Just got to be careful. And then the bounce off of 2, the finish. Never in a hurry. Woo! Get a little glimpse of why this young man could potentially be the #1.
Self will not be satisfied when this one's over, regardless of what happens. And there's Dawes again. He's just been hitting every shot from point-blank range and in the painted area. That was a beautiful pass. Dawes is going to solo here. Why not? He's done it all. Inside, outside, early 80s. Kansas was just a dominant program and remains so with Bill Self. Look at that. Bedinga again.
All my old heads will appreciate that term,
Carl Shackelford coined that phrase as the 3 ball goes down for me. Even though they were down by massive double digits. And there's a beautiful straight line drive by Brown. Easy in today's transactional era to think otherwise.
It's easy to be likable when you're best player on the court at the same time.
And Bedinga. A tremendous program again, the way they're accustomed to seeing it in Salt Lake City. Yes, again! By that little bang bang. Dawes finally missed one. White.
Yeah, where he's at his best.
7 blocks now, by the way, for Bedinga. For those of you that care, and Scott Alexander, we got out of the bullpen as our statistician who handles football for me normally. He's playing the role of Ethan Cooperson today. There's McHenry with a 3 ball that might show up. Here goes McHenry again, 2-on-1 with Dawes. He got greedy, and Dawes adds to the rebound total.
The bigs work for Kansas, and Utah put up a little bit of fight early, just wore down.